You know, the only reason I'm consenting to this is because I wish to clear my name. Not that I care what people think, but enough is enough. And if in the end it helps some other people out, well then that's fine too. I consider myself normal, whatever that means. Some people call me a freak. I hate that word. I don't believe in it. Better yet, I don't believe in labels. But what are you gonna do? In my experiences, I found two types of men. The decent ones.
I know it sounds corny, but if I didn't follow you, I might not ever see you again.
You're right, that does sound corny. And the dogs. I've never seen anybody who like to look at themselves more than you do. Don't you ever get tired?
Never happened, baby.
What? Never happened, really. What? What?
Just let me smell it.
It seems that men are taught not to be in touch with themselves, with their true feelings, with the things that they do say.
I'm everything that you need.
You are tripping.
One day you're gonna wake up in this bed and I'm gonna be long gone.
You know, when I woke up this morning, I had a feeling I was gonna have to slice you. You can't ask me first. I asked you. You never did have enough drive or ambition for me.
It's about control. My body, my mind. Who's gonna own it, them or me? I am not a one-man woman.
Welcome back to Can I Get Some Podcast, the podcast that's centered around politics, relationships, and pop culture. I just want to thank everybody for joining. I just want to give a little heads up. I'm not here trying to look cool or sexy. I scratched my eye with a contact, and now my ring light is giving my eyes problems, so I'm wearing sunglasses for this show. But if I happen to look cool and sexy while doing it, that just it is what it is. So that was a clip from 1986's She's Gotta Have It, a Spike Lee movie. It was one of his first, most critically acclaimed movies about a woman named Nola Darling, who was a very sexually forward thinking, liberated woman, which was kind of taboo for the time. Uh, it just kind of set the tone for tonight's discussion, I thought. I got this idea from another content creator. I was watching his show, my man Alpha Villains, shout out to Alpha Villains, who was talking about women having rosters and how it's becoming the norm today. I want to introduce my lovely co-hosts. As usual, I want to start off with the very lovely Bantu Knot sporting, very chic Miss Shannon. Next, I want to give it up to my homegirl Jazz. She's always here, keeping us 100, keeping everything, and she's all about making things super sexy in the spot. So everybody, give it up for Miss Jazz. How you doing?
Amazing. I thought I had missed out on trying to look cool tonight. I'm like, you and Shan got a whole vibe. Y'all didn't tell me, but you like, nah, my eye hurt. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. It's medicinal. It's medicinal shades. I got the medicinal Ray-Bans on. So I'm not in up here trying to look cool. So I just want to give you guys give your take on it, what have you. We're gonna bring up some guests. We got a couple of guests that are probably jumping up a little bit later, but I want to bring up some of the fellas because I want to hear what the fellas got to say on the subject. Uh, so first of all, I want to bring up my man Marmello, the one cat who always has something good to say in the chat. So I wanted to bring him up so we could talk live in person because he's always going to keep it funky. All right, I'm gonna bring it up for Mr. TJ. How you doing? All right, and I'm gonna give it up for my atomic dog, the one cat who always comes with some insightful insights, Mr. Diddy. How you doing there, brother? Oh, he's ready to look us too. That's my man.
I had to catch like he was the only one. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I scratch my eyes too.
You scratch your eyes, huh? So I just want to thank everybody for coming aboard and joining us again. All right, so like I said, the topic is women's roster, like the female roster. Like, you know, we got two lovely women on the stage who probably have had their own roster at some point at some time. So I kind of want the women to give their insight on exactly what if they agree that women have a roster of men that serve different purposes. You know, what is their perspective on it, and then I want to talk to the fellas and see what do they feel about women have rosters. Have they ever been on a woman's roster? What role do they think they played in the roster? So let's go ahead and actually, you know what, let me bring up something before I start to let the ladies kind of take it and like run with it. I want to bring up something that kind of sparked the whole thing. Yeah, I know I was saying I was on my man, talking to my man Alpha Villains side, but he highlighted an article that I wanted to show you guys. It all started this discussion because many different content creators have been kind of working around this this topic. And it all started with this post here. There's a woman named Hannah in New York. She says, I have a dating roster to get free drinks all summer without sex. So she basically has put it together that this summer, in May, she decided that this summer she is going to work it free drinks for both her and her homegirls all summer. So let me read the article to you. She's setting the bar high. Whining and dining will be a must for any man interested in dating TikTok temptress known only as Hannah, who's going viral after announcing her network dating scheme, in which she'll have a revolving door of men that treat her and her group of friends to free drinks and dinners all through the summer. This is your sign to start saying yes to dates, to start a summer dating roster. Hannah from Texas pinned in a caption of her trending dating tip clip. In her own controversial footage, she fetched over 500,000 views, while the roster hashtag has ranked up over 134.6 million views. I have 5 dates and 5 different guys planned for the next 2 weeks just to network for my roster. So I have plenty of plans this summer and men to buy me and my friends drinks during our Furrow Club rat benders, the trendsetter said. I just got to ask, Shannon, is this something that's common for women to do? And have you personally done it? You're muted, Shannon.
Yeah. Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, so you said, is this something that, like, is this common for women to do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know, but I am hearing that women and men have different people that will fulfill different things in their life. Me personally, I can't really say that I've had a roster, like somebody that I would go eat with, then somebody I would hook up with. For me, I guess typically if I'm dating, I don't know, I tend to focus on one thing at a time, even if it's just dating.
Okay.
Because I think that just throwing a lot of different people in the mix, it's exhausting. It can be tiring. I mean,
okay.
So that's my take on it.
Would you say that have you ever been, even in a non-sexual way, because this woman was claiming that it was all about the non-sex, did you have a guy who you either consciously or subconsciously knew was kind of doing things for you, waiting around, kind of just being that cat that was always made himself available when you need him, hoping that at some point he would be able to chance to jump himself out of the friend zone?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you feel okay.
You was gonna say?
I would say, and you knew that he wanted more, and you just kind of utilize him for what you use. Have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah, I can think of one person that comes into mind.
Tell
In
us about it.
particular,
You got to say the name, but give me an example of his role on your because that sounds like he was on the roster. Not, it has nothing to do with sex, but it has something to do with just you had him around for a specific purpose, and his purpose was X.
Yeah. Gosh, it's like really deep, like how we met and everything. But I was so not attracted to him. I was
Really?
repulsed. I was. I was. I didn't want him to touch me. I did not want to give any affection. But I'm thinking that because he was kind of like unattractive to everybody, that he was willing to pay for dates, maybe even grace you with a little cash.
Oh, really? Oh, I like to. Okay. All right.
But so back when I used to dance, I had met him because I was doing a party and it was his birthday, and he liked me. He liked me. He wanted to get to know me so we could hang out or whatever. And I was cool with it because I was in that industry, and that's kind of like how it goes. Like you if someone shows interest in you, especially if you meet in that environment, like at the club or you're doing a party and someone shows interest in you, then you automatically feel like, okay, you know what time it is. You know that I wouldn't normally be interested in you. We met in this environment, and the only reason I'm really kicking, because he just was not my cup of tea at all. And I think he could tell because, like I said, I wouldn't give him any affection, but he took me to some really nice concerts, nice restaurants. We went out to strip clubs, and it was like I always just got what I want. And then I know one time when my birthday came around, he had said, oh yeah, because we were supposed to do this big dinner. I was going to invite all my friends, and it was going to be all about me. And what made me cut it off was when he told me, pack an overnight bag because tonight you staying with me.
Oh, great.
I almost threw up in my mouth. Like, no. And like the way I cut him off.
Did you pack that bag? That's what everybody want to know.
Hell no. Hell no. I was just about to say the way I cut him off was actually kind of cold, but I did let him know, like, I don't appreciate you trying to basically kidnap me or make it seem like because you were taking me out to dinner that, oh, tonight it's like he made me feel like tonight you're gonna give it up. And I just was never, ever, ever going to do that. Okay. So, but at that time, I still didn't have a roster. I just, I was working. I wasn't really dating anybody like that.
Okay.
At that time. Yeah.
How about you, Jazz? I know it's been more normalized. And did you ever partake of the roster, or did you like have guys who you designated for certain things? And then, or do you have friends who have done it and currently did it and would tell you the stories about it?
Let's talk about y'all brothers. Didn't y'all have rosters too? Let's talk about y'all rosters.
What the topic is the female roster.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that. So yeah, but yeah, hell, like if you're not in a monogamous relationship with someone, everybody's vibe is different. Like some people, it's cool to kick it with them, like to go out with them. Some people, everybody got a different vibe, and I think we don't want to use words like a roster because that sounds condescending. I think it's more of people know they role that they gonna play in somebody else's life. That's how I see it. You know, everybody has a different role. Everybody is not going to be your number one star player. Some people real cool to go have a couple drinks with. You know, then you got somebody that, you know, he may not be my turn up friend or whatever, but you know, he do like to have a nice lady on his arm to go out to eat with. But hey, listen, I'm a free spirit. I like to go out, so I got to call somebody that's fun and free afterwards, you know? So that's where you know, I don't think it's a roster. I think it's just utilizing friendships and relationships accordingly. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
how I like to
so
call it.
I just want to ask the both of you then. These guys where you're utilizing friendships and relationships accordingly,
Uh-huh.
did they know that you were just utilizing and their friendship
They were
accordingly,
doing
or
it the same way.
so they no men weren't they weren't. Or TJ, I'm gonna let TJ jump in there. He wanted to say something. Go ahead, TJ. Say what you gonna say.
So I like that word you used as utilize.
Yes.
Better known as use.
That's not right.
And I was gonna ask the same question to Shannon. So did this dude know that he was just around for drinks, you know, money, getting it, you know, just kind of, again, I'll use the word utilize, but it's really using. Did this man know he was being utilized for his money and was never getting the draws?
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, like my best friend once told me, and I'm not gonna say who this person is, but I'm gonna just say like somebody once told me, you know, even like with men, he even said to me one time, he said, listen, I don't know how this day gonna end. You know, we having fun, we spending money, this, that, and the other, but I don't know what's on her mind, so I gotta play my hand accordingly. So I believe, based on one particular person saying that, a man, that people know, because men are doing the same thing. Everybody's betting to make sure, you know, like a lady, she may be going out with you trying to see, like I may be going out with you to try to see if I'm gonna be your number one, TJ. But if I see that, you know, you over here on the phone and turning the phone upside down, y'all, we people all that, you know, then what do I look like not making sure I still have a good night? So no, it's not about using you to pay my bills or anything else like that. But what one person like to do, somebody else may not like to do. And if I find out that you are not potentially trying to make me and you a thing for real, then listen, it's no foul play. It's all fun. And we're learning and we're having a good time. And nobody's feelings is hurt.
Okay, I mean, I like what you're saying for like the first date or two. But then once you say, like, once you learn, like, okay, this dude ain't trying to make me his number one, but I'm gonna keep him around because, you know, he got the beers and he take me to these cool
Or
places.
we just have fun together, TJ.
Okay.
Yeah, because some guys is just really cool to hang out with. Like some guys, and I'm just saying, and y'all might be those guys, right? So like you'll have a guy that's more alpha, or he cool to hang out with. You feel safe as a woman hanging out with him. Because one of your girlfriends may get a little too drunk or whatever the case may be. So it's not about using that man or anything, but just we have a good time. We may be in the same spot, mingle a little bit, and then we still come back to base and we lead together. But that doesn't make that person a part of a roster. That's just the free flow of what we have, you know? But I believe that two adults, you know, we talk about those things. All adults talk. I think the only problem is when you do a situation like the baby did that girl, Lou,
Danny Lee.
Danny
Lee or whatever.
All I got is Lee, but yeah, Danny Lee. Like he telling her, you know, oh baby, I love you. Telling that girl stuff she had never heard before. Now that's all cat. You know, now that's wrong when you got a roster of hoes. But if you're not making promises to nobody, TJ, if I ain't making no promise to you, you ain't making no promise to me, Did you ain't made me no promise. Ain't nobody made nobody no promise, then we link up, we kick it, you know, have fun. Because in the meantime, instead of me trying to strap your ass down, you may end up finding your wife, the love of your life, whatever. So why be phony? I'm just saying.
Okay, Diddy, I'm gonna let you jump in here, Diddy. I just got a question. The question for both you, Jazz, and Shannon is, are the men really aware of what's going on? It's kind of one of those things like Shannon implied, well, he knows what it is, you know, the situation. And you were like, well, we grown. I'm just like, are the dudes actively knowing that, hey, I am the X guy. I am the guy she calls when she wants to have fun because I'm fun. Or do they think, hey, this will lead into potentially me being a man? That's the question.
Let's let Diddy answer real quick. I think, you know, I think, you know, you guys are trying to make it sound like something it ain't, because y'all do the same thing, but it's like,
yeah, if this was all about, yes, 100%. We, you know, if you want to ask, me and TJ have been that's my cousin. So we've been out like kicking it back in the day, like hardcore. So if you want to ask us any questions, anything like that, feel free. But the topic for tonight is the female roster. We want to know, has it been normalized for women to have men that are just utilized for specific purposes?
no,
Whether
so now I'm gonna say, still, even with men, do y'all ever feel like y'all were a part of a roster? Because I believe that no one should make someone feel like, oh, you're just my booty call, or oh, you're just the person I go out to eat with. Like, that's childish, and to make somebody feel like they're being used, right? But there's some people that you genuinely have a good time with. I've been out with gentlemen, and like, I could think of somebody recently. Really nice person, really cool. We're friends and everything. However, you know, he's not a person that likes to go out. He's always looking for somebody to take out to dinner or go on vacation with, because he don't go out, and he's not looking to get remarried or anything else like that. So he'll find him a nice young lady to take out and different things like that. But ain't nothing wrong with that. You catch people in different phases of their lives, you know? So he's just a friend of mine, and I know he's not ready to get remarried. So I could see a lot of women just going out to dinner with him, or him taking women on vacations, or him taking women on vacations. I think that's what I was trying to say. But it doesn't mean that she using them. She just caught that man at a time that, shit, his divorce kicked his ass. And so right now he just want a bunch of finance women to look at, go to dinner with. He get some good loving or whatever. He get it. If he don't, that man is in a very great place in his life. So we got to look at everybody's situation. It ain't like people getting used. It's just where that person coming from. Everybody ain't ready to jump in and get married to somebody.
Hey, Jazz, I'm with you. The question we was asking was the dudes in the situation y'all described. So, like, I've been on a roster. I only played one position ever, and it's the position I want to play. That was this many moons ago, way back in the day.
There
like,
we go.
I don't be the dude like when you want to just go out and do, and, you know, end up back in the bed. You call me. That's the only position I'm ever gonna play. But I'm gonna let you know that up front. Like, hey, I'm never gonna be your man. But like, I like to go to strip clubs and have a good time, but it's gonna end up like, you know, back in the bedroom, and that's the position I play. That's the only position I've ever played. But again, that was many moons ago, back in the day.
That was many moons ago.
Okay, let's get Diddy in here. Diddy, what's your take on it? I'm interested to hear your take on it, my fellow soul brother, my fellow blues brother.
I got a solidarity with Chaz and Shan right now. You know, we bonded on the last one, so they're my peoples up there. So I get it. You know? But no, I'm gonna be honest. You know, man, I bring it to the people real. So here's the reality about the situation. Do women have rosters? Hell yes, they got rosters, and there's no secret. It's cool though, and everybody got it. It goes both ways. And here's what happens: women play this role like I'm giving you my time. And men are giving their resources, which is equivalent to their time. But dudes, we operate off pussy potential. That's the bottom line. We assess the risk factor. Is there going to be some pussy at the end of the day? Did you hear what TJ said? We can do this, but at the end of the night, I'm falling in some pussy. This starts from the beginning. When I selected my prom date, it was, hey, is she getting it in? Because if she's not, she's not. Because my destination at the end of the night is this. So that's the allure that we're going to go off of. And two, now women, as we get older, we all get more experience and we get a chance. So you can tell the more experienced guy because you're going to end up on them coffee dates. And women hate them type of niggas because, excuse me, those kind of guys, because they've learned how to assess the situation with small casualty to sacrifice a little bit of resources to realize there's no potential. I'm out of here, cut my loss and I'm gone. So women don't like that because they want to get treated and courted and this, that, and the third. My only issue with that is when they get surprised, like, I can't believe you want some pussy after you got flued out, taken out to dinner, ate on my dime. I can't believe the nerve of you to think because you did all these things, you're going to get some pussy. Like, what do you mean?
The gall, the audacity.
Regardless of how we feel about it, it's quid pro quo. That's how it is. That's how it rolls. Now, because of the nature of guys supposed to court in our position as men in the construct of manhood, we have to court. That's what we're supposed to do. So women can. I got a friend, perfect example. She told me, she had it down to a science. She said, I go on dates with 3 men. She said, I only go on a maximum of 3 dates because after the 3rd date, they want some pussy. She told me that. She said, I would eat all week for free with different dudes, and I had a strategy. I would drive. I could never drive. I don't do isolation, and I don't do vacations. Because like what did Sharon say? The moment he said pack that overnight bag, the gig was up. This nigga wants some pussy. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? But this has been what he's been chasing the entire time. Because you got to think, y'all, time is not infinite. It's finite. When you sell your time for money, it's connected to your resources, something you can't get back. So regardless, it's an investment with an unwritten rule, an unsung rule that this is the allure. You know what I'm saying? No matter which way you cut the mustard. Because
that's what's up.
we are visually attracted. Like right now, some of us got Facebook friends right now that we don't know. And we don't know why these people are friends. It's simple. It's just physical attraction.
Because they look nice.
Exactly. So if I come in the game physically wanting you, I already slept with you in my mind before I got here. Now it's a matter of setting the parameters, and women know that. So when they go on these vacations, that's an ISO close. I'm take you here out of your comfort zone. You with me, and here is the opportunity for me to get this pussy. You go in her neighborhood, she goes home. You gotta put her in a situation. And women have adapted too. They see it on coming, so they know how to get what they need. It's almost like put the peanut butter on the mouse trap. They lick that peanut butter, they out of here before they stick this stuff. That's what happens. No. So that's why I can put it.
That's what's up. Well said, my brother. Well said.
I want to piggyback on that. So just so on that same vein, like I promise you, ladies, and I'm sure y'all know this. There's no dude just like, man, y'all so cool. I want to just hang out with y'all without fighting.
I know heterosexual, man.
There's no dude thinking that.
I mean, seriously.
Right. So to Diddy's point, right? So to Diddy's point. So yeah, I'm not gonna say let's go hang out, TJ, because you're a cool dude. And I'm expecting, like, I know what the fuck is on the back of your mind, but as a woman, I know how I need to move and shit, right? So again, you know, it's not using somebody, it's not this. You cool, we gonna have fun, da 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 da. That's my ammo. That's my move for the night. Whatever is on your mind is what's on your mind. Good luck, and let's see who wins at the end of the night. So at the end of the day, we'll have fun in this very moment, and you know, ain't nobody hurt at the end of the day. I mean, shit, men do what they do. And Diddy, another point, women, me especially, before I met my guy, you know, I was a coffee meetup person. Shit, I ain't got time. Ain't nobody getting on prime time. You earn your way to prime time, because if I don't like your ass or you show up or anything ain't right, you done isolated me on prime time. Like, dinner time is serious. No, everybody can't have that.
All right. I want to show some love real quick to some people in the chat. I want to give a shout out to my man. Now, this cat, he's going to come up one of these days, and it's going to be fire when this fool actually gets to come up. I want to get out to my man, Taekwon. That's my dog. That's my best friend. He going to come up, and y'all ain't going to be ready for what this cat got to say. So one of these days when he's not traveling, he's out and about traveling these internationally. So I want to give a shout out to that cat. Great Pill Podcast, where you at? I seen you up in there showing some love, what have you. Definitely gonna have you back up on there. We need to do some content so I can jump on your podcast as well, man. We miss you. All right, Beezy is always showing love. Beezy, we love you. We appreciate you showing love. Amy, I know you had a hard day at work, so you couldn't make it onto the show, but we definitely hope that you can make it onto the next one that we have. She's always a fan and definitely a welcome guest. She has a seat at the table. All right, so let's look at some of these chats that people are saying. All right, Amy. I think until you figure out who your number one player is, everyone does this. There's a difference between using someone and seeing what they have to offer. I agree with that. It's like, but the funny thing is, there's a stigma behind it if women do it, unfortunately. If women do it, it's considered negative. If men do it, it's considered like, what we're supposed to be doing,
The double standard of it, you see?
I'll admit there's a double standard. I'm the first one to admit that.
I know. Just
right.
like the girlfriend
But is there a double standard nowadays?
Huh?
Is there a double standard? Like, is there such thing as like a hoe anymore, or is it just like a liberated, open woman? Like, I don't even think that term really applies anymore.
No.
All right, let me bring up whatchamacallit. We got one of our featured guests has just jumped on. I'm gonna bring her up. She is. We know that she always has some great things to say, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring up our girl, Miss Maria. How you doing? She got the sun.
Shade gang.
I wear shades. I wear my sunglasses
Hold up.
at night so I can block the haters.
I'm just saying I'm wearing it for medicinal purposes. I'm wearing it because I scratched my eye and my ring light is bothering me. So, but I think Diddy just saw how fly I looked and was like, he couldn't be the only fly cat on the panel.
It's edibles, but it's cool.
How you doing tonight, Maria?
Fucking phenomenal. I've been listening and I'm like, she's taking me for the team, yo. I'm gonna wait my turn because
no, it's your turn now. I want to hear what you got to say.
Turn.
Yeah,
it's your turn.
So the top basically what people are saying is like it's been normalized for women to have a roster of men that kind of serves different purposes. Have you ever had a roster of guys? Did they know they want a roster? If not, do you know of friends of yours who consistently keep a roster of men? Tell your tale.
I am not a snitch, okay? I am
Snitch on yourself.
But I seen it with me own eye, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not Jesus, but I wouldn't say it was a roster. Like, Jazz was saying, it's not a roster. Like, personally, I've always worked, right? And when I've always worked and I was in my single days, when I belonged to the streets, I was still going out with like different people, but I wasn't really dating them. And I was the one that had the money because I was a dancer. So I think they hang out with me because I was like the dancer. But it wasn't like, oh, this guy's going to buy me food. This was going to take me out. Because first of all, I was the one that was like paying for my own stuff. And then it was that thing from like, I don't know, man. It was, being a dancer, you're like a bag of chips. Everybody wants them, but nobody wants it. So it was just like,
that was fire right there, Maria. I'm sorry. That was good.
Nobody wanted that smoke because first of all, it's like, you're going to go out with me. I know everybody at the bar scene. So you're going to go out with me. They don't like that clout. Or they were like, oh yeah, I know this girl too. And that girl too. And I know all the strippers. So it was just like, nah, she's just homie. So I became one of the bros instead of becoming, one of their puzzle pieces or me having puzzle pieces. So I can't comment on that, but I seen it. Pretty fun, actually. Sugar daddies.
Okay, now that
ain't smelling right. You telling me so? And ain't none of y'all had no rosters. Like, come on, like really?
I've never. No, I personally, I haven't had a roster. Like, oh, today I'm gonna call Peter, Pablo, John, and Escobar. Like, no, dude.
No. We don't mean that you just like you just running through dudes like dudes. You dating like how dudes tend to. I mean, but you know what? I want to go out. I don't really try to spend my money. Mike will take us out. Mike will drop somebody on me. Hey, Mike, me and my girl is going to be at this bar if you want to come meet us. Knowing Mike is going to be buying drinks all night. Everybody got that Mike.
I don't got a mic. I got homies. And so I would just show up to the club and they were like, we got a bottle. I was like, bet, we're game on. And then I would buy drinks. And then, so it wasn't really like a roster, like if I want to go party with people, of course, like there's people to party with, but It wasn't like, yeah, I'm gonna call Mike, hey, you got some drinks? Because first of all, I'm not a freeloader like that. No offense to that TikToker girl. Props to her. She can keep up with those people. But to me, it's a lot of fucking work, Damien. It's like keeping up with them and texting them. It's just too much.
I want to give a shout out to my boy, Mr. Haran DeMarco. This is a cool cat right here. Does music. He's just an all-around solid cat. Let's read what this cat got to say. The double standard lies in the concept of leverage. Men have more leverage in the dynamic if only we can exercise options. So he's basically saying, I'm not too sure what he's saying right there, but he's saying that I agree with it. It comes down to leverage.
He goes back to TJ point. What TJ was saying, that is it a double standard? Remember, I was saying that to you, and TJ chimed in.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Like Diddy was saying, the leverage is the coochie. That women have the leverage. Like this, men are always trying to get to.
Thank you. It's very simple, bro. It's very simple. So let me make a point real quick. I'm sorry. I'll stop your time, Maria. You can finish. All right. So check this out.
Wait, I heard that you said something like, when I take a girl, well, not you, but like whenever you guys take a girl out, you expect to die.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Okay.
Nobody said that.
But you quantify the potential of possibility of pussy. Because listen, when you go to work, don't you buy what you want? So if I'm spending my money, it's the same. It's somewhat of a purchase in some ways. So it's an investment for a return. It go both ways. So let me give you an example. When women and men go out, we have two different operations. See, when men go to the club, we buy a section. Is the section for the dudes you with? No, it's real estate in the club for access. And then you have, like, let's say y'all an anomaly because y'all three beautiful women. But let's just say let's say it was a Chaz or a Shannon and two subpar chicks. Shannon would be the bait. She gonna walk up in the spot and she gonna knock down the boss. So she might knock down Damien. He the boss of the team. He knock him down and she bring the ducks with her. They come in off the dock. They come in off the dock. So if you the bait, you knock down the primary dude, dudes know she ain't gonna leave her friends behind. So they come up and now here comes the team in your section. You know what I'm saying? But you already quantified this. This is part of the process. Because you get the status gives you power, it gives you leverage because women want notoriety, because women quantify different than men. When women go to the club, when they go get their hair done, their nails done, their feet done, every preparation that they do that's their admission ticket. So they don't care what the door price, they already paid to get in. So the last thing they want to do is walk in the spot and have to pay for everything else at night. They feel like already paid. So they look for men who's going to be able to carry forth that process for them. That's how you get, and men know we're gonna have to spend the money. Here's the reality. You ever see two people that don't match? You like, damn, how's she with him? And you realize it's like there's no common ground between these two other than the bag. Because if he broke, he don't get a chick like that. Your woman reflect your financial situation. $40,000 nigga, $40,000 chick. $100,000 situation woman. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Diddy is on point and
fire.
Like everyone is like, nope, I never did that. Bullshit.
Listen, TJ. I was a promoter for over 10 years. I watched it, bro. I ran day parties for years in Ohio, so I saw how the women move. And listen, ladies, I'm not hating. I was a promoter, so I collected the money. I need you to keep the doughboys happy. I was cool with it, but I'm just telling you what I witnessed firsthand, whether you agree or not. That's how. There's no reason to buy a section in the club for $5,000 for what? Who are you putting on for? If you take the women out the room, what is the purpose? So it's all of the lure. It's all about, because what do women want in the spot? Dang, they want accommodations, right? They don't want to stand on 6 inch all night. So if you got a seat, you up just like that.
Yes.
I've been in many of VIP sections back in the day. My boy Lloyd Lewis, shout out to Lloyd Lewis, was like the #1 hip hop promoter in the Bay Area. And me, that's my dog. And it always looks like the same way. It's like 8 dudes and 30 women. Bro, you know, that's the way it is.
In a section, you're gonna get some chicks, period.
But as soon as the water runs out, they're gone.
It don't run out. Hey, I just want to give a shout out. On the Block, and Jen is watching us. That's my homegirl. If you are not on her page, or go and check out her content, you are missing out. She is probably one of the most honest, forthright, straight up people I've had the pleasure of working with and meeting in a long time. She is super, super entertaining, and she does not hold anything back. And I respect people like that. So go check her out. She is dope. All right. So yeah, it's just like you are speaking the truth, my brother. The truth, my brother. I mean, that's the way it is. Shannon feels look like she got something to say. What you got to say on what he just said, Shannon? Like eyes got Do you disagree or do you agree with anything he said?
I was reading the comments.
No.
So I guess I'm the, and I'll switch it up. Am I the only man who's ever been on the roster? Like Diddy, you ever been on the roster? Daniel,
I know I'm on the roster. I don't even trip. I just listen. I know my lane. Like they said, you know your role. I'm cool with it. Cause see, listen. If you my point A, I'll make you my A. But when I got you in the A slot, you put me in the B slot. I'm not gonna get mad. I just adjust you. It's fine. So we know how to move. It's cool. The only time we have a fallout is when expectations are not met. When we do that, if I got you in an A spot, right, and you put me at the C, then I gamble. Like here's a case in point, TJ. You ever been Dame before your married days? So I'm gonna put that out there for you, bro. Do you ever have multiple women that you could get with for the night? You got the one you already smashing. You've been knocking this one down for a minute. The one you truly want to smash and the possible. If you wait too long, you know the window gets shady about 2:30 to 3:30. You got to close the deal. You can't be playing around. It's closing time. So you're going to have to lock in on whichever one you're going to want and ride the wave all the way through. Because you can gamble on your A and you be her C, you're going to sleep alone. It's a wrap.
Now, somebody tell the truth, Devin.
I agree with you. You putting the spotlight on us, on the men, but this is about the women, Diddy. We got to keep it focused on the women.
It takes the women and the men to do it, and I appreciate him for just saying that. And yes,
well, men are doing it for different reasons. Men are doing it ultimately for the access to sex. That's what we're doing. Access to your body. That's what men are doing.
Okay.
If men is what you call it. But I'm just saying the question out there is, are women doing it for just access to money and resources or access to any type of like notoriety or what have you? Are women consistently doing that? Has it become, because of social media, has it become not just accepted but expected that a woman is trying to get out there and put herself next to the man who got the bag?
That's because they hang out with a hoochie mama friends. Because like, this is what I think, right? When I was like legal of age to go to a bar and drink, I was already a dancer. So we would look at these girls sitting out here in the freaking like bottle service area, no money, and they would just go up there and they would do what Diddy just said. They would go out there and party with these guys. I personally never saw the point because I was like, so you're just gonna go sleep with this freaking guy for his bottle? You don't even like the guy, like, and it's like a $12 drink, really? I was like, no, But I seen girls do it too, and they're like, well, I got this homie, he can take us out to eat. I'm like, no, because I know men want something in return. I always knew that. I was a dancer, so I kind of like it just never really rubbed me the right way. But I feel like it's just, I don't know. Everybody has their own thing. If you're young and you're playing the field, or you're single, yeah, by all means, go. Just state your intentions. Like, hey, listen, we're gonna play, and we're just gonna see where it goes. You know, you're not exclusive. Because I think that's when bridges get crossed, and then they're like, well, I was expecting us to sleep together, and you're the one, and I was not the one. And then everything comes crashing down. All
right. Let me shut up, my man Ron. Every man on a roster, whether he knows it or not. I agree with that. The game is the game. I don't trip. I usually have my roster. We all move accordingly until there's an adult discussion. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I believe that, I think the connotation for men, because I think women are judging the whole word roster or what have you, or starting lineup, whatever you want to call it, has the connotation that everybody is out there having sex and you're being promiscuous. No, what we're saying is there's a guy that that, you know what? My transmission just fucked up on me. I need to get this money. He may not be the guy. I'm not talking about you got a man. Some women do have a man and they do it. I'm not saying you got him. I'm just saying you don't. I know he got the money. It's nothing to him. Let me holler at him. But he's not the guy you necessarily want to go spend real time at. You don't want to go on to dinner with him. You don't want to, have him kicking it at your house or whatever. He's never Netflix and chilled with you. But he's the guy that can help you out financially just because, and it might be nothing to him. In your mind, it's nothing to him. He got money. Then there's the guy who you are sexually attracted to. And when you have that itch, he is the cat that you holler at to scratch. Whether I'm talking about single. I'm not talking about, some women, don't get me wrong, can be single like a Pringle forever and like hold it out. But there's a dude, whether it's an ex-man, whether it's a dude you're trying to not lock down or whatever, that's that dude. And there's a dude who there's like ancillary dude, like the dude who just know how to hang a TV well, he can do that little stuff like that. He just handy, like, what? That dude Charles can come over here and put that TV up. I ain't got to pay nobody to do it. And like that, and that's what I'm talking about. And then there's just a fun dude, like you said, a fun dude who you don't want to smash, but who's just a ton of fun. You can get all the attention, fun that you can get from a boyfriend, but it costs you nothing. That's what I mean, roster. I mean, like, I don't mean you have them all at the same time. Maybe they have like a kind of rotating positions or whatever, but they are in some form of fashion. They are in your cipher. They are in your circle to where.
You mean friends?
I mean, yeah, yes, friends. If you want to call them friends, but are they really friends?
If you haven't given them nothing in return, they're friends.
Right. But that's on you. That's on you. Mm-hmm. You just said that.
That's not true, Damian. You know what? Now that you said something, I just thought of this particular guy. And we talked about this guy before. And Diddy had his own opinion, but we ain't gonna talk about that opinion today, Diddy. I'm just gonna tell the story. So one particular gentleman, he was so all in his feelings over me, right? Okay, cool. Turns out kind of catfish me, whatever. But brother was sending me hundreds of roses frequently, cash frequently, still no pussy. Everything frequently, right? That's cool. And then once we met, talked, the rest of it, he still didn't want anything. I'm thinking at this point, catfish or not, I knew he was gonna try to put the moves, try to do something, but he kept himself in that zone that he was in. And as time progressed and time moved on, I wasn't really interested in him. He knew that. He didn't give a shit. He wanted me to answer that phone and keep him company and talk to him. So there's a lot of people in a lot of different situations. Some guys, they put themselves in the friend zone. Some guys, for whatever reason, like, you don't know what people dealing with. I don't know. I'm not about to deal with all of that. It didn't matter. I did my part and what I could do for him. And, he sent what he thought I enjoyed. But there's different types of people out here. And yeah, some people just want to help a girl with her flat tire. And yes, there's men that hang televisions. Yes, we love them too, because they're good and strong. But the point is, with that gentleman, that's what he wanted, and I let it go because that shit get old real quick. It wasn't like anything was fun. It didn't transcend to other areas. And that's just me. That shit get real old real quick because I'm a person that like to have fun, to go out, just other stuff. I don't want to be stuck on the phone feeling like your damn, childhood friend that you never had.
The question is, did you ever reach out to him for something, or was it always him reaching out to you? Did you ever be like, you know what, I need this. Let me reach out to you because I know you got it.
No, he kept me on Ross. He kept me together. No, I didn't have to. There was not ever a need for me to do that because that was already taken care of.
So, all right.
Hey, can I make two toasts real quick? I want to make first toast is to all these ladies that have never utilized. I just want to toast to y'all. And second, it's my birthday. We can just give.
Oh man! All right. I was hold on. I was gonna save this for the end. Yes, it is his birthday. I was gonna do the whole situation.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a happy birthday to my cousin. This is now. Let me tell you a little about this cat. When I was a young man, I was a young Thundercat, wanted to fight everybody on the planet. Thought that's the way you gain respect in these streets or what have you, because that's the way I did it back when I was young. This cat pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, that's gonna lead you. That's a dead end road. It's gonna lead you nowhere. Get your head in a book." Because this cat would sit there and read the dictionary. This cat would sit there and was probably the most intelligent cat I've met, and would just say, "Run." You said, "Be smarter than these cats. Have a better mouthpiece than these cats." Because not only is it gonna help you out in life, it's gonna help you out with women. It's gonna help you out with business. It's gonna help you out with everything. So this cat kind of changed the direction of my life. Told me, "Hey, join the Air Force. Get you some experience. Get out, meet people. Get the fuck out of the hood." Did that. I really feel like the place I am now in life is because this cat kind of steered me in the right direction. I love this cat. He's one of the best cats I know. So everybody, I just want to wish a crazy happy birthday to my man TJ. He is just one of the best, most solid cats I ever know. I'm not going to have motherfuckers sing for you. That's not going to happen unless they want to. But I just wanted to show some love to a cat that really has made a significant impact on my life. And I just want to show I appreciate it. I don't think brothers do that enough and tell the people that they appreciate them. So I just want to know I love and appreciate you, brother.
Woohoo! Cheers.
So there you go.
Somebody said, I was singing it in my head. They said Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. We was singing that as your birthday song. Hey.
Yeah, he's the biggest Wu-Tang head I've ever met in my life. This one got a Wu-Tang tattoo, which is ridiculous to me. But hey, to each his own, So thank you again. Appreciate you. And congratulations on the new gig. This motherfucker is gonna be putting spaceships into space. So this cat has got a new gig. He's doing it big. So everybody on mute. Sorry, I had to gush for a minute. I had to show this cat some love.
Yes. Happy birthday, TJ. Maria said, "Happy birthday, T. You are dope on the road."
That's what it is. So, all right. So back to the subject of y'all women using us men for our money, resources, and time and muscle. So I'm just joking. Like Tara said,
I'm about to start hanging TVs.
Who had a question? Was that Maria?
Ladder. We don't have a drawer and a ladder.
So y'all said like
Damien.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, so let's say women are using men for their money. What blah 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 blah. Is it a problem?
I mean, it's like I said, it's not in my opinion, and the guys may have different opinion, and the women may have different opinion. I don't think it's a problem if both people are going this with eyes open. But if you know that he's doing this in hopes that, like, I don't mean like the small somewhere in the back of his mind hope that he's gonna either be a man or get some ass or whatever like that. That's all men. But I mean, if you know he overtly, when he giving you or sharing money or resources or whatever with you, he's making it obvious that he's doing this because he wants something greater, then it could become problematic.
Shannon, I'll jump in that and say, yeah, you was wrong for what you did. Because I mean, honest question. I mean, just honestly, like, did you ever have? I want to ask a question. You never had any intention of sleeping with this dude, but you let him spend some bread on you, knowing that he probably wanted that. Am I wrong in that assessment?
You're absolutely right. And I don't care. I don't feel bad. That is what he gets for leading with his money and leading with his resources, thinking that was going to get him to that warm and fuzzy place. I mean, this is what y'all got to stop doing. And if you want us to keep it real, then you need to keep it real. Be like, hey, baby, I'm trying to, about to say the F word. I'm trying to F. And then, you know, because a lot of women just trying to F too, you know? So it's like, if you want to play the game, let's play the game, because I could play it. I could play the game.
So that's a tricky space. Like, women say that, like, it's that comment, I love it because it falls into the lines of, just tell me the truth. I can handle it. Like, listen, man, I don't know. Like, you ever been tasked
there's
really
a way to go about it. There's a way to convey that message. Of course, you don't want to just come out and be like, hey, baby, I'm trying to fuck, but
you see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. When we talk about raw truth, there's no filter. It's just, this is what it is. I don't have to go left, right. I can just bring it to you straight. So that's why most men don't come through.
Trying to accomplish, but you still trying to accomplish something at the end of the day.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying, I'm not shaming you for what you've done, but the feeling that you left the man with is the same feeling that a woman, when she's dating and giving her all to a dude, and then he say, I'm not looking for a relationship after he done took everything from her. Everybody get left in the same spot of feeling used. It kind of, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. So they'll call a man like, you knew this whole time you didn't want a relationship, but you led me to believe this. Then the woman be like, well, you didn't have me spend my money. You thought I thought I was gonna get some pussy. So
can we just stop for a second, because we're talking about people that like to spend money on women and
that got it, you know, shit.
Yeah, or you know, they like to play that role.
Exactly.
Because usually it's older men that are settled, right? Like 30 and above, 35 and above. We're talking like, we also got to pay attention that this freaking TikToker chick is getting money from a roster. Right. There's no way. Well, there might be a way that there's a young guy out there with money, but what is to tell you that all these guys that she has are not older men?
I'm willing to bet that there probably are older men, or dudes with
dirty. That does not say the roster. I think that's just a standardized sugar daddy that supplies you with funds, and you go party and you turn into an animal. Because there's no stable man that's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna take you out for drinks with, like, you know, like Diddy said, without getting no pussy. Like, he's gonna want some, right? And I think that the sugar daddy type of thing, like, they can get away with it because they don't, you know.
Don't get me wrong. There are guys. Go ahead, TJ.
I'll say nah. There's no. They got Cialis, Viagra. Like there's none of that no more. So like there's that whole sugar
daddy with the 10,000 keys and some Coca-Cola in the trunk. He got dick. He coming with he like this.
Seriously,
he's like, guys.
Like
we have to remember.
I don't agree with men that like to spend money with nothing in return. I'm just giving away bread, and I expect to get nothing at the end of that. Nah.
Well, there are. Hold on. There are guys. I've been around, and I know you, Diddy. You've been in the promoting club scene and whatever like that. There are cats that do just want bad bitches around them, or excuse me, bad women, females around them. There's cats that just want them. Like, we knew cats that just want Shannon. We knew cats who just wanted a group of bad chicks around them all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe if they got lucky, they smashed one of them, but they weren't smashing all of them. Okay. So it was like, it was like that cat he was willing to pay the cost to look like that. Oh, what's called it? Jazz has to jump off. She has an appointment in the morning. I just want to say thank her for coming on for as long as she did. She didn't have to do that. She could have faked on us, but she is loyal and to the platform, and she's just an amazing person. So thank you so much, Jazz. We appreciate you coming on.
I will still be blowing y'all up in the chat, but I just can't stay on camera. But thank you guys.
All right, we love you and we appreciate you. Peace. All right, so yeah, but we know of cats that just want a bunch of bad chicks around them all the time. So they're willing to have pay, you know, they put in buy all the bottles and buy the, you know, have the limo and, you know, have the loft to have people around, create the after party or whatever. But don't get me wrong, somebody giving up something to that cat. Oh, this reminds me of this one scene from Flavor of Love. And I love this scene. It's my favorite scene where these women, they supposed to be competing for Flavor Flav or what have you. It gets to a point where they're more competing with each other than competing for Flav, because they just, I'm better than that bitch. No, I'm better than you, bitch. That's how some dudes get women. And he goes up to this one chick. I don't remember her name, and I wish I had the clip. I would have played it. And he says, "Hey, let's go kick it and spend some times up there." That chick, she gave that and like down her drink. I was like, all right, let's go. All right, let's go. There's somebody that's got to be that somebody. If that's the situation, if a dude just wants bad chicks around him, there's somebody who is gonna have to keep the shit moving. And sometimes it's just your turn. But to piggyback off what Terrence says, is there's no dude who's spending money just to get no access to sex. He may try to throw out a wide net, but inherently women know that if this dude has a table or a section and it's me and 8 of my girls, he's expecting something from one of them chicks. So no woman can go in with, there's no plausible deniability.
Talking chick is giving it up for her homegirls for the summer. Because look how it goes. If that's my friend Mike, that's my friend. My homegirl can't smash him unless I give her the permission. Like, yeah, I already passed the baton to you, But let's just face it. That girl is giving it up to her Mikes, so she's finding rosters to go give it up to Mike, unless she's selling her girls, or like, that's kind of like weird. But still, like she's playing the field.
Hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to Linda. Linda's in the chat. Linda, you got the link. If you want to come up, please do. We would love to hear what you got to say. I got a feeling you got some interesting take on this subject. So please feel free to jump up anytime you want. If you need me to resend the link, I will do that. But we definitely want to hear what your perspective is on it. All right. So
hold on. Let me give a quick shout out to my sister, Chanel. Thanks for tuning in, girl.
We love Chanel. Chanel needs to come up one of these days. But I just got a feeling them right sisters together are just gonna take over the whole situation. Y'all two together are just gonna run. I'm just kidding. But we definitely. All right.
What city you guys in?
What's called it? Chanel's still in the Bay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Chanel's in the Bay.
She's in Hayward in the Bay Area, and I'm in Atlanta.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, so
no, I'm from the Bay, from like Shannon, but I'm in Texas.
Oh, okay. I'm in Virginia. All right.
Yeah, and TJ, you're in Vegas.
My daughter lives in Washington. That's what's up. I need to come up there.
Maria's out in San Antonio, like me. So yeah, hold it. But like I said, we all I'm definitely a Bay cat. For real.
But hey, I like this show. This is the first show with the subject is women who have rosters, and you haven't found a woman who's had a roster.
I mean, I'm dumbfounded. I'm flabbergasted that no woman has had a roster or knows anybody that has a roster or ever talked to a dude who's been on a roster.
But when you put it like roster, it just sounds so sleazy, because a roster is like a whole team, like the football team. Like it's yes, exactly.
Let's just say starting 5. How about that? Starting 5 there. There you go.
Let's just say a variety of
whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Potentials. I mean,
whatever helps you sleep at night. A variety of.
I'm gonna tell you right now too. Like women, we know what time it is, and those are the ones that are gonna get, especially if you don't look the part, okay, and you just out here tricking because I'm not even gonna go there, but you just out here tricking. You just
Go
out
there.
here
This is the platform to go there. We want you to go there.
It's like
Be
if you're
there.
just out there, if you just out there tricking because you don't have a lot of options, we know that. And it's not going to end well for you. It's
Look
just
at
not.
Maria's over there silently in her head, like, girl, that's what's up.
Because it's true. Like whenever
Very
you
true.
know, like he's out here like sleeping with multiple women. For one, that's real nasty. For two, is that really like is that drink or is that dinner really worth your like sexual health? No. And so I feel like I know women that do use the guy for fix my this, fix my that, buy me this, buy me that, bring me dinner. I know those women, but I also see their like their character, you know, like maybe they're women that they just like to be spoiled, or they're women that they just like to receive gifts, you know. Every woman is different. Not every woman has a roster, but we have seen it, and it's not even a roster. It's like they just have multiple.
We have options. We be having options.
Abundance, man. Abundance.
And a woman could be a hard 4.5. Okay. It's just the fact that she has a vagina that works. And that is, you know, that is going to have her with many, 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 many options.
Not
Don't let her
not the hard 4.
Not the hard 4. They go. Hey, what they say? They
don't
gonna
let
be.
her put on some cute lipstick.
She gonna have 5 2s after that 4. And a couple of 6s and 7s.
Hey, religion games.
And I will say this, like, there's been so many times where I'll go out to a bar thinking like, okay, I'm just going there and have a few drinks, you know, whatever. And, you know, think, okay, I'll spend like maybe $50-$60 and end up not having to spend 1 red cent. I've even had guys see me on the way in and be like, here's $40.
I was waiting for you at the door.
Like,
I just want to give Linda's. Let me show some love to Linda. Linda jumped on it with us.
Let me say this, guys. You guys came up with this. It ain't tricking if you got it. So I mean,
no. That's something women came up to convince men to spend their money.
No.
Hold up. Let me show some love to Linda. Linda has dropped on us. She's a great person, a great friend and thing. So, Linda, you've been listening to the topic. What is your take on it? Have you had, in one form or another, a roster of men that you utilize for different things, whether it be dinners, whether it be sex, whether it be, you know, money, fixing stuff around the house, but deep down, you know, this guy is looking for more, but ain't gonna get it?
No, unfortunately, I haven't had that that experience yet. Now, Lateris, he says on his platform, like he advises women to date. Now, have I dated multiple folks? Yeah, but I suck at that. Like I can't. It's too much work because at the end of the day, I think the guys that I ran across, they're just as needy, and so you can't just casually get to know somebody without them saying, "Oh, I want to put a ring on it." I'm like, "Whoa, wait, we're not dropping the L word off on the first date. We're not we're not doing that." So it is tough, but I have had guys, you know, that when I'm not looking for a relationship, definitely have friends with benefits for sure, because you have that one relationship with that dude that you know what it is. Like you trust him with your body and you trust him with his body, and it's not been overly used. It's respectfully used when it's being used.
Only slightly dented.
You know, without the crazy madness and all the crazy confusion. So yeah, have I had those relationships? For sure. I mean, my schedule has been so stupid that any guy that has been able to want to attempt to keep up with it, I mean, kudos to them, but it's I wouldn't want to date me because my schedule is an ass. So so have I had those relationships where the guy understands, hey, when we hook up or we go out for the night, it is what it is, and love you, see you later, or see you when I see you, and we've kept it cool. And sometimes
have you entertained under dudes who was hoping to take that dude's spot? Because he could break his leg, and then the next thing you know, he get called up from the minors. He's hoping to.
We all have social media here. I mean, it's not that hard. It really isn't hard to have those positions. And don't get me wrong, I've recently had stalkers. Like I've had folks sending me gifts at at my nail salons or things, and I don't even know who it is. So it's for a women. Shh, it's my dog.
That's all good.
Hush, Stormy. But it's been tough now for women for safety reasons. So we can't. She apparently agrees.
Exactly.
But that's more so. I think for me, being in the fields that I've been in and seeing what I've seen, one being difficult to juggle multiple folks, two, safety for first and foremost with women. And for me, it's just kind of like the rule, like even when I am out at events and appearances, the rule is to never make eye contact with a dude, right? Like that's a cultural thing, safety thing, woman thing, and it just gives the guy the okay to approach. But when you do so much and you're not interested in him, you can reject him and then he'll follow you and kill you just for rejection. Just stupid stuff, right? Like recently here in Dallas, we had a security guard that lost his life because he literally told a man he can't smoke inside the building, and boom, he shot and killed. So right now, it's a big safety thing. Like, why play with people's emotions? If you're gonna date, make it clear, be upfront with it. Are we friends with benefit, friends with intentions, friends building? What are we doing? And for me, it's always simpler that way, especially with me having 3 boys.
Okay. All right. So I think what I think the consensus is, I guess women aren't having the roster thing is kind of like an outlier, and it's probably a younger woman thing to sit there and want to sit there and game men for as much as they can or whatever.
Though I have had a girlfriend, she used to do that. She had a guy that would, her trips, anytime she wants to go on the trips, boom, dinner, boom, new bags, boom. Like I couldn't do it. I have
like a roster mate to me.
I know they exist because one of the hats that I wore was to protect some of our athletes, and I had athletes of my girlfriends, like their type per se. I mean, some women are raised to go get that golden ticket called a baby with an athlete, and that was their meal ticket. So there's several types of games out here, but guys play them, girls play them. I mean, I've had guys that says, "Hey, I'm going to get you with the baby." I'm like, "Whoa, isn't the girl supposed to play that game?" But I've had guys that say, "Let me put a baby in there." I'm like, "Whoa, no, we're done."
Yeah, because they want that lifelong connection to you because they think you just that bad. Let me see my man Haran. Shout out to Dane. You appear to have a bevy of intelligent, beautiful women on the show. They are intelligent and beautiful. I had to check in and see they hit the subscribe button. Well, we thank you for subscribing. If anybody is
share,
exactly share. We always try to keep it intelligent, but it's always good to have beautiful women on it, especially beautiful women who are intelligent. So we really appreciate them jumping on the show when they don't have to, because I'm sure they're probably sought after on many different platforms for their perspective. And I just appreciate them showing love to the Can I Get Some podcast. So thank you. All right. So the question is, okay, so it seems like this kind of took a different turn, and everybody was saying, "Oh, I have this, the friend this, the friend that." So I'm just going to ask the age-old question. Can men and women truly be friends, and what are the parameters if you think they can truly be friends? And I'm asking the women first, and then I'm gonna go to the men because I already know the men answer because they're the same as my answer. So let's start with Maria. Maria, I'm got to call you out. Can men and women really be friends like that?
Hell yeah. I have friends.
Okay. That you've never had any kind of romantic or physical situation with?
No, because I become like a bro.
You never become a bro. But okay, we'll go to Linda. What do you think? Go ahead. Span, please.
But wait, they're like, you're a bro, but you're just hot. And I'm like, so what does that mean? So you can go get chicks that are hot because you're hot and you bring them. And I'm like, you bet.
But I'm willing to bet though, these bros, you give them the opportunity, they're gonna knock it down. That's just the way it is. So don't. You're not you're not one of those delusional women. You don't strike me as that who think that if you call it,
if I would call the shots, I could. But should I? Is that ethical? Is that moral? Is that how I want to show up? No. So I just tell them, hey, don't look this way. I'll help you get bait. I just won't be the bait.
Oh, you won't be the game, huh? You won't be hit you. All right.
Fun.
All right, Linda, what about you? Can men and women?
I agree with Maria. Yeah. I mean, I've been a great wing woman to plenty of my homeboys. And I think too, at some point when you really honestly get to know each other's truths, ugly and goods, the ugly part is like, oh no, we ain't touching you with another person's vagina or or tools down there. So I think there are some things that once you put somebody in an actual real friend zone, there's no, even if they had the opportunity, I don't think, I've had maybe one or two friends that I can probably say if he had the opportunity, he wouldn't go there. But the other 99.9, I mean, I wouldn't be naive. I would agree with you.
Okay. What about you, Shani?
Honestly, in the past, like if I've had male friends, we hooked up and just figured that, yeah, we figured that we're better off just being friends. But
okay, so you figure you can once if you've already like hooked up with them.
I mean, that's just been my experience. Like when it comes to having like male friends that I could really call a friend, it's probably because we went there and we figured that probably I figured that that's not, but they liked me, I mean, we get to know each other and we cool, we compatible, but just not for a relationship or, anything other than being friends. But
there's so much cap in the people cap in the chat right now. They haven't found it hard to believe. Okay, TJ, what you think?
So, do I personally believe in it? No. Like I've never, again, like I said, it kind of at the beginning of the show, I've never met a woman that was so cool. I was just like, man, you so cool. I just want to hang out and not fuck. Could that woman exist? Yeah. Have I met her? No. So it's nothing that I believe in. Can it happen? I'm sure it can. But kind of like you was about to say, Dame, if you as a woman ask this man that you say is your friend, hey, listen, you can have the draws, but we can't be friends no more. I'm sure he's gonna be like, well, it was nice knowing you. Nothing that I believe in. It's nothing that I ever look for. If I'm hanging out with a woman, like I'm trying to get it, and if I'm not gonna get it, then hey, appreciate what we was trying to get here, but it just ain't happening for me. So deuces.
Diddy, I'm looking forward to hear what you got to say.
I think that I'm with Shan on that one. I've had some of my best friends are women. I find women, I mean, I got good homeboys, you know what I'm saying? But women friends are a little different than men friends. Now, to Shannon's point, you might have had a season where y'all was intimate, but then you realize that your relationship is better off as friends, but you definitely sampled the lines at the time. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think women sometimes be better friends than men. Let me tell you the difference. See, women, they're better with accommodations than men. Like if I let's say I was coming to kick it with TJ out in Vegas, like you call your homie, you like, hey bro, where you at? He like, oh, we at the bar, man, pull up. You like, all right, cool. You get to his house, you like, hey, what's going on? He like, here go the couch, here go the rack, here go this. Women different. When you got women friends, they way better friends. You come from the airport, they go first thing, have you ate? You look good. You like, damn, thanks. By the way, you can do this. They look out a whole different way because women be more, because of their nurturing nature, they're different friends than men are to me. They care more. You know what I'm saying? They follow up on you. You get sick. Like when I got COVID, not one of my nigga friends flew down here to drop me off anything. But my female friends, they was on deck, knock on the door, drop off the suit, make sure I was good, call. So I prefer women because they get it done. Matter of fact, the black church would run like it run if it wasn't for black women, to be honest with you. So I prefer strong relationships with women. I'm just keeping it real. Not to say I don't enjoy, I'm in a fraternity, so I love my fraternal brothers. But when it comes to like who really be holding stuff down, women friends be dope. You know what I'm saying? Like Chastity is my best friend. How you think I got on this podcast? Me and Chaz have a strong relationship. Me and her boyfriend, Hal, that's my guy because I love her so much. I love him too. That's my man. So I can talk to her dude just as like that. But that's because we built the foundation and we grew up together because our parents grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Our grandparents were close and everything. So you can have a female friend, but like TJ said, all of us are going to be drawn to each other from attraction. Have I ever been attracted to Chastity before? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But where we are today in our life, we are strong friends. And that's the reality of our relationship. And I got respect for her relationship as she got respect for mine. And my women friends, give me a different perspective when I'm in my dating world, because they can see things that I can't see as a man. Because it's like me and TJ, we blinded by the pussy. I be missing all the warning signs. You know what I'm saying? But my female friends, they can see everything because they approach things not a bias. So
I can dig that. I can absolutely dig that. All right. My opinion on it is probably surprising people. I believe it's possible, unlikely, but possible. It's possible. I would consider her more of a sister, like I consider Ty what's called a brother, only because I met her as a kid. So there was never that opportunity to develop any type of like sexual thing between us. You know, don't get me wrong, she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. But to me, when I see the annoying 15-year-old, 14-year-old who used to annoy the hell out of me back in the day, you know, and I see it more like that. So I think it is possible, if there is a significant history there, as far as that was developed on a foundation of something else. I don't think me at any past the age of 16, 17, maybe 18, I should say, if I would have met a woman and it didn't go well, I could just be like your friend, because in my mind, there'd always be the, you know, possibility of the lingering and like, you know, I still want to smash, you know? So yes, with stipulations of there has to be a significant amount of previous history for I feel like it to work successfully. You got to consider almost family as opposed to just your friend. I don't, as a married guy, I don't believe in making new female friends per se right now. I just think it's inappropriate in this. Huh?
I said, so we're not friends right now.
We're not friends. We're not friends. No, but we're friends. I'm just kidding. And like Shannon's my friend, but it's just like we don't hang. I wouldn't go to lunch. Like I could go and have lunch, and like me and my friend could go to dinner, and my wife know what's up, no problem, whatever, what have you. I would never go to dinner. I feel like if I can't sit there and go to dinner with you and have a conversation, don't get me wrong. I could if I meet you and it's on like a business transaction type of thing where I'm like, hey, we're going to conduct some business, I can sit and have a business dinner with you or something like that. But I'm not just going to call you up and be like, hey, you know what? It's Tuesday. They having happy hour at this spot. Let's go and meet and have some drinks. I can do that with one person because I consider her family. I don't feel like it's appropriate for me to do that now, not because I'd be tempted, because I wouldn't, but it just, to me, it just don't set the right tone considering where I am in life. So do I feel like I said, yes, with significant stipulations regarding the history of the friendship. So that's my spin on it. You know, a lot of people are agreeing with TJ because there's always that specter of will they, won't they, or can I? Go ahead, TJ.
I was going to say, I salute both Diddy, Dame, because there's no woman you had on your show that I could be friends with. Like, y'all. Oh, sorry.
Because girls, I feel like we don't have any friends on this platform at this point.
I mean, for the record, outside of Chaz, I'm not interested in no friendship with none of y'all.
That's not cool.
I'm joking.
Man, I mean, seriously, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would collab and hang out, and if there was like a group situation, I would have a barbecue and y'all all would be invited that way. But I would never be like, hey, you know what? There's this thing that me and you got to go to by ourselves or whatever, just because, you know. And let's just take the fact that I'm married out of the picture. Then that doubles the fact that I couldn't, because like Terrence said, y'all all attractive women, and you know it just wouldn't work out like that. It wouldn't be okay. It's like me and a bag of cookies. It's just not going to be all right. It's just so that's the way it is.
And so what if it's an unattractive woman? What if it's someone
you still want to smash them too?
Right.
You still want to smash him too.
Right. The 4.5s, right?
Still want to smash him too. You may not, I mean, you may not like take him out to dinner and like parade around the town with him, but you still want to smash him.
Why are men this way? Why?
That's because Shannon depends on
Why
what
are
time
men
of
this
night
way?
it is. You know what Kevin Samuel said, that sexual market value goes up when it gets later in the evening based upon economics availability.
All right. And what you call it? And
Not the kitten in heels. Not the kitten in heels.
Haran said, can you women have a platonic relationship with a man you are strongly sexually attracted to?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
I just think women, we're built in a certain way that we're not going to be thirsty. So if we're not
Right.
wanted in a certain way, we're not signing up for rejection. Like,
Well, no, hold on.
we're
I'm not
not.
saying that you're gonna be like thirsting after dude, but you're gonna make it obvious that he could get it. That's just my belief.
No.
You're gonna go out and you're gonna wear those jeans that make your ass look extra good. That thing that's gonna push your titties way up. Your hair gonna be looking right. Your makeup looking right. You are not gonna
Of a dude or not. That's just
You-
us presenting. Period. That's
you will
women.
never half step in front of that dude. If you know that dude is going to be in the vicinity and you are feeling that dude, you going to make sure. I don't care if you are going to the club, a barbecue, a funeral. I don't care. You're going to make sure that you are on point when you see that dude. So that dude can see you and be like, damn, she bad. Maybe I need to switch up.
But if he doesn't,
Call me a liar.
I'm not
I
gonna.
have a different style. Like I kind of just do me, be
Right.
myself, lay low, chill. There's really no need to do anything extra. If he likes you and he'll pick up on the vibe. You don't have to push your boobs up or wear anything in particular. I mean, that's me personally. I just do me. I play like I don't like, even if I go out, or in the past, like if I would go out, I wouldn't be at the bar like making googly eyes at someone that I thought was attractive. I mean, I'm just there to do me and have a good time. So if you come up to me and it's a vibe, it's a vibe. Like, I don't know. But I mean, I know what you're saying though, Damien. Some women and men, they put on like whole peacock, but with
I
men,
feel
that's
like
really not necessary.
move. I guess I've always been so shy that I always wait for the
Right.
guy to do the approaching anyway. So whether I was semi-attracted or not, if he's not approaching me, I'm definitely not approaching him. So if
Well, I don't mean
want-
you're approaching, but you making it very obvious that you are interested in him. Like he looks at you, you keep the gaze longer than a couple of seconds. 'Cause normally, if a dude you ain't interested looks at you, you turning away to make sure he don't
but
think he
Aaron's question was if he wasn't interested. So the question was can we be platonically friends if we were strongly sexually attracted to him, but
That's
he
true.
wasn't technically. So per the question,
Okay, you're right. You are right. You are right. I don't want to move the goalpost because I hate when people do that. So yes, you're right.
so
Maria,
technically,
you've been quiet. What you got to say on it?
I'm gonna let TJ go.
No, I want to hear. This is a question for you.
That's for you. Go ahead, Maria.
Strongly attracted to. Could you just be platonic friends with
I'm
him?
gonna get away from that man as far as I can, because for one, like I think it's just not like the way I'm built. I was an only child, like the smallest child of all 9 kids for 8 years, and so I'm the type of person that, like, if I like something, I'm gonna get my hands on it, and if I don't get my hands on it, I'm like, go away. I never want to see you. I'm disappearing. I am blocking everything that has to do with you. That's just how my mind.
So you going after it? You like, I want you. You like the dude Felice.
straight out.
What do you say, Felice Johnson? I want you, and I'm gonna have you.
I like
Like
you.
what?
I like you. I think that you're very attractive. And if they're like, yeah, I'm not looking for anything, I'm like, okay, cool. I understand. Can we be friends? I'm like, knowing me, I cannot be your friend because I will catcall you. Be like, hey, let me see your muscles real quick. Like I'll just do that. And I feel like it's not healthy. It's not healthy to want something that's not you, especially when they're interested in other types of females, because then they start going out with them in front of you and it's just like whatever, fine.
You bring up a good point. That's something I'm thinking about. So if I want to ask this for, I guess, Shannon and Linda. If the guy that you're interested, that you consider your friend, that you're strongly sexually attracted to, can you be like honest enough and like, can you give him good advice? If he was like, man, I'm dating this chick, what should I do in order to like, can you give some real advice to help him be more successful with other women? Or are you just going to be kind of like, I don't know, or give him some generic bullshit that you hope don't work because you want them yourself?
No, I'm going to give him the real stuff. But if I don't like her vibe, I'm going to also let him know that too, though. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and hate, but if she's whack, then I'm definitely going to be like, yeah, but be careful and be mindful. You're grown, but be mindful of this, and this. This is kind of what I'm feeling. But go for it. Because again, women don't want to be where we're not wanted. Like, that's just too much work. I mean, it's too easy to go find somebody that wants you. Why go through all this extraness for folks who don't? So you want the best for folks around you. That's mine.
I agree. What about you, Shani?
I agree with Linda 100%. If he needs some advice about another woman, you give him that advice. You don't hate. You don't cock block. That would actually kind of be like, okay, he doesn't like me, so now I'm turned off. I'm not even really into him anymore. But we can still be friends, and I'll give you the best advice that I can. Like I said, I'm not going to be a hater. I feel like, not to be conceited or anything, but I don't have to hate on anybody. Like, it's too much out there. It's too much out there. If you're not giving me the vibe, or if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, on to the next.
Shannon, like, you must be blind, and I don't deal with disabled people.
If we were both strategic, Shan, back me up. If we gave great advice, our dude might eventually use our advice on us. So it's always two parts to it too. Because if I give him how I would want to be treated, or advice that if I was the girl he was pursuing, then, you never know. He might wake up and be unblinded, right, Shan?
All right. People are asking, I'm missing up all of these, some of these chats real quick. Let me see if anybody got something we want to. Great Pill Podcast was like, ladies, place your hands on the Bible. And he also said, Linda, you stated last year that men never asked you out. I find that very questionable.
Yeah, I said Asian men never asked me out. That was a whole interracial thing. It was not men. Yeah. Asian men didn't.
Okay. And let me see. And Chanel said, no, Dame, unless you're super thirsty. I guess she was replying to me saying, giving bad advice to people. Okay. So, man, I got to say that this has been one of my favorite shows. You guys have been very forthright and upcoming. Anybody got anything that was left unsaid? I know we started off on a different topic about women having rosters, and we ended up on women having. Go ahead. Go ahead, Shannon. What you got for us? Come on. You're on mute. What you got?
I was just like, the whole roster, like.
So do you? Right. Let me just say. Let me.
Not a good way to put it.
Let me just ask. This is kind of one of a final end cap to it. All right. Do you see there's anything wrong with it? Just over. I don't mean you doing it personally, do it, but do you feel like there's anything wrong with women having men who are designated for a specific purpose? Do you feel like there's anything wrong with it? Let me go with Linda first.
I mean, I think if she's in the dating space, then no. I mean, if that's what she has to do to kind of figure out who's going to be her man with intentions when she's ready for it, then so be it. But I think at the end of the day, she's got to do what makes her happy and fits her schedule. So no, if it's just dating space and you're upfront with it, then I don't see what's wrong with it.
Maria?
You want to know the truth?
No, lie to me all the time, all day, all night. Lie.
It's not ethically moral to put that on TikTok and normalize it for young girls to watch this shit and think it's okay to have men pay for your stuff. I'm not saying I'm a feminist or anything, but I do think women need to start providing for their own and stop devaluing themselves for a couple drinks, or like, you know, letting whatever it is, letting the pussy out there just for free because, oh, you know, he bought me a Gucci or whatever. Your pussy's not worth $1,200, girl. Go make that fucking money. Stop being fucking lazy and stop putting this shit on social media. This is some bullshit. This is exactly why we see so many young girls fall into this fucking trap, and then they get sexually harassed, they get raped, they get kidnapped, they get moved all over the country. This is that bullshit. I don't think it's right. I think every person should validate for their own. If he's down for it and she's like, okay, you know what, I'm over age, still, I feel like you should make a disclosure and not be like, I have a whole roster. Girl, sit your ass down, okay? Don't be putting this shit out there. There's younger girls on TikTok looking at your content, thinking that you're the freaking idol. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm not a role model. Yes, you are. As long as you're in the public eye, you are a fucking role model. And that's my take on it.
I don't always want to see that was some great truth. I'm glad you was like, do I want the truth? Yes, I want the truth. And that was dope. All right. What about you, Shannon?
Honestly, I just feel like to each his or her own. As long as you're safe and as long as you're honest with yourself, and like I think it was discussed before, as long as you aren't, I guess, crossing the lines as far as expectations are concerned, because dating is a game. It's a game, and women play games, men play games. Everyone has, you know, both men and women come with ulterior motives sometimes. And I mean, like I said, as long as you're being safe and you're being honest with yourself. I mean, I don't agree. I don't think that anybody should be out there having sex just with random people for, I don't know, because I've done random hookups, but I became friends with those people. You know what I'm saying? But and like when I've had random hookups, it was just for the fun of it. It wasn't because, oh, this person did something or I'm trying to get something out of this person. So I don't know. I guess to each his own, and I don't judge. I mean, I've never, like I said before, I've never really kept a roster where, oh, this person is for this person is for that, this person, you know, it's just a lot of work for me. If I need something fixed or if I need something paid for, you know, I can fix it. I can pay for it. And maybe that's how it should be. If you're gonna have men or women for specific things, you should be able to provide those things for yourself as well. So if you want to go out to 5-star restaurant every Friday night and you have some guys that you know you can call for that, you should be able to do that for yourself too. Because what if there's a situation where you're at dinner and the guy decides, you know what, I know what you're up to, and now I don't want to pay for dinner. Like, are you going to be able to cover your food, or are you going to sit there and look stupid? Or if someone flies you out and cancels your ticket, can you get back home, or are you going to be on the corner? So
you brought up something else, because I was just listening to a podcast where they're talking about that. I love when people bring up something that helps spark something. I was thinking the whole flued out thing.
Yeah, flued out culture.
Yeah, it's like just quick questions, whatever. Then I'm gonna hit the guys up. Flued out. Do women know the deal? Are women playing stupid? Do they not know the deal when it comes to getting flued out by a dude?
Now that one, I must say, like, if you get first of all, me personally, I'm not getting on an airplane and going to another city or another country to kick it with you if I don't want to sleep with you. I'm just not even doing that. I'm just not doing that, because I mean, it makes it more fun if you can knock the boots after, you know what I'm saying, running all over Miami. Like, it's just way more fun to seal the deal. So if you don't want to sleep with the guy, then you probably shouldn't get on an airplane, or at least if you're going to get on the airplane, have your own room, buy your own room, and just like, you know, thank you for buying my ticket, but I got my own room, because that'll let him know right then and there, well, damn, you know, she ain't down for it. You know, she ain't. But then also in retrospect, men shouldn't do things like that with the expectation of sex, because anything could happen. Like, what if her period decides to come on all of a sudden? So now you mad and you don't want to fly her home?
Does she got a toothache? I'm just, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
Dims is jokes. That's what Dims is. Dims is jokes.
Dims
what
is
about
jokes.
I'm just kidding. What about you, Linda? What do you think about the whole go ahead, Shannon. I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
No, I was just saying every woman should always have her own security blanket, whether it's at the dinner table or whether it's at the airport.
Okay, got you.
I've been attached. I never got a chance to get all the full backstory on that, but is it wrong? I mean, for me, I would have been kind of upfront. I'm just so I am so blunt and direct and such an over communicator that I'm like, okay, what are your intentions? Are you trying to have sex? Because if so, let's not do this. Or, so it's so many different things. And I've had relationships where the guy actually did fly me out, where it was our first time meeting because we didn't live in the same state, but we didn't do anything. So we've had conversations, but then I've also had relationships where we've talked months and months and months, via this or whatnot. And then of course, when we did fly out, I mean, it was expected, but I just don't understand if it's your first time never meeting this person. I mean, was that her first time meeting the guy or something?
Well, they've talked on most of the time. They talk on some type of situation like this. They talk through social media and they kind of set it up or what have you. It's usually previous conversations that lead to the actual being flown out. Gotcha. It's never the first time I talked to you, be like, hey, come to Vegas or come to Miami. I'm paying for your ticket. I mean, it happens. There's Saudi princes that I'm sure have done that and women have jumped on all day, but just regular cats who've done it. It's usually some type of communication beforehand. It may not have an explicit conversation saying, okay, what's up, but the implication is always there of the whole flued out is you're flying out, the deal. Don't act funny when you get here.
Yeah, Drake said it. Drake said it in his songs, like, I fly you out and all that. And Drake says it. People, rappers say it all the time. So I don't know why you wouldn't expect that. Yeah. The only time you're getting flown out is when you're going to go on a business trip and that's a promoter and he's hiring your ass. Don't get on no plane. Don't go to no Prince of Nigeria. These guys are going to freaking kidnap you and sell you on the market. Oh my God, I can go on and on.
No, Maria, for real, because I was booked as a public speaker not too long ago. And I'm like, okay, listen, so I'm gonna need you to send me the money because I don't want to give you all my personal details. Although this was a legit for a corporation, but I was still safety and security measures first. I'm like, let me book it myself. And then you guys just reimburse me because I don't need my personal addresses and names and yada, yada, yada out there. So again, for me, like on one of my public speaking platforms is no assumptions. If you want your blessings blocked, then assume. But if you want real answers and growth, then ask. So I've always applied that same rule to me. I can sit here and talk to you guys forever, but if we're talking about flying out, I'm like, okay, so what's the parameters? Because I am a lady. I'm not going to sleep with you on the first date. I don't give a crap if we've talked to each other, maybe second date, depending on how we did. But, I just, it's a lady thing. Like you kind of don't want to be deemed as that hoe or whatever, being fast on the first date. So a lot of the times women will have those measurements and parameters put in place. But I mean, it's chemistry. At the end of the day, like Shan said, if you're feeling it, you're feeling it. You go for it. You live once, be safe about it. But I'm always about asking, like, dude, let's save your dollars. If your intentions is to sleep with me, let me go ahead and just not do this. But if we're wanting to continue to build and see how our chemistry is, let's go from there. But yeah, I don't like that expectation stuff.
All right.
I think if you're gonna if you're gonna get flown out as a woman, I think the safest thing to do would be to see if you can get him to cash app you the money so you can get your own ticket in your
Oh my God. How does that change the expectation? Now
it doesn't. But if for some reason you decide like I'm not feeling this dude or shit, my period's on and I don't want to use my mouth, I'm out. Like there's nothing he can do about it.
No, I've literally like screenshotted my little period Bible and be like, look, here's my schedule. Like I'm that transparent. And Dame, like even on that last show, I'm like, I'm late because of Azo over here. So like I'm so freaking transparent. It's you got to try hard to mess up with me because I'm too honest.
Wow.
You know what? I was a dancer too. You guys know that. I don't know if Maria, if you know that, but I was a dancer for many years. And let me tell you, the stories that I've heard about some girls getting flown like all over the world, and then boom, they're fucking stuck. They're stuck because he didn't cancel the flight or did something shady, like took their passport. Like, you got to really be careful with that, because sometimes these men, they do have the shadiest intentions. And like I said, as a woman, and I know a lot of men today, a lot of modern men, they don't like modern women, and they don't like the fact that women have their own bag. But you got to have your own security, no matter what it is you're doing, because when he decides like, oh, I'm out the door, you could just be like, you know what? Cool. I'll go get my own ticket and I'll continue to, have this beautiful dinner or, whatever I want to do.
I don't think men care that women are getting it back. I think they just don't care.
Oh, well, I hear a lot. The kitten in heels, he seemed to have a huge problem with women having their own money.
What's called it? Women, I feel like this because they're gonna always want access to your money. That's just weird. And the thing is, men should not have a problem with that. It should be expected.
Oh,
a lot of them do.
A lot of them do. Women who have their own money, and lots of it, are being called modern. They're being called
she's snobby. She thinks she's all that. She thinks she's
right. We don't care about your money. Just because you have money, that doesn't mean you have options. Oh, you're a super feminist. Oh, but can you cook?
They're saying you're masculine. That's what a lot of them say. So a lot of
you're masculine, right?
Masculine energy. I hear you. Go ahead, TJ. What were you gonna say?
That's another topic. But there are a lot of men who don't like the fact that women have their own.
Any man, in my opinion, any man that doesn't like a woman with money is a silly ass man. Like, hey, women fought and died for equal rights. I'm a damn sure give them to them. You can buy your own plane ticket. You can pay for your own dinner. If that's what we're talking about. Now, if we're talking about dating, that might be something different. But just getting to know each other. Like, to me, the expectation shouldn't always be that it's on me. We can, but again, we can have those conversations because I'm gonna always be honest and upfront. So if I'm fluting you out, like that means that we've already had conversation and we know what's going on.
I love it, fluting you out, baby.
I mean, like this. I've always like this. And this is my personal view, and this is something that I kind of said on a couple of different platforms. It's like, to me, there's a difference between independent and self-sufficient. I feel like independent women will have that apart mind state of have that I don't need you mind state. A lot of women will have that. Self-sufficient means I can maintain myself, but if the opportunity comes to be a couple with somebody else and have an interdependent relationship, I would choose that over doing it by myself. Independent women are just like, I don't need you. I don't want you. I can do it by myself. And even if I get with you, I'm still going to retain I'm going to keep my bags packed at the door and keep myself apart from you. That's the way I feel like independent women have kind of portrayed themselves in the modern era, So I'm all about self-sufficiency, not necessarily independence, because I just don't think that mind state works well in a interdependent relationship.
I think that would be a good topic for the next meeting, Damien, because
I will make that the next topic.
I've been told from that's why I don't date within my Mexican race, because according to a Mexican man, or many actually, they're like, a mí no me gustan las viejas que tienen más pantalones que yo. And I'm like, pues vete a la chingada.
Some with pants.
Yeah, like if you have more pants than me, I don't want you. Like, if you make more money than them, they're like, well, I have to have the pants. I have to. I'm like, shut up. Just go sit out in the corner and drink your beer. Shh, cállate. But that's just what it does. Like, and so I had to let go of that independent woman mindset and let go of my controlled environment and like just learn to be vulnerable and be weak with my man and be submissive, because I feel like that independent, I don't need nobody, I'm gonna go and Beyonce my life away was not working. And I had to just tone it down a bit and just say, yes, baby, I'll make you a sandwich right now. And it worked out pretty well. You know, his longest relationship I had, 4 months, stable. So I'm not killing him yet.
Exactly. Are you letting him up? Can he like the pictures yet? Can he like the bikini pics on social media yet?
Baby, you can have it all, and I'll watch him here with you.
I'm like, Diddy, you've been patiently waiting. I'm anxious to hear what you got to say on any of the 3 topics. We kind of sandwiched a bunch of different topics about being flued out, about independence versus self-sufficient, and about women having the end cap to women having male relationships, or excuse me, women having roster of men that they're in some type of relationship with. Whatever you want to speak on, all of them, some of them, the floor is yours, my brother.
Land the plane on do women have rosters? I 100% believe that. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not opposed to it. It is what it is. As far as the thing about women, as far as the independent thing, because I live in the DMV, you find that that's a lot of women here who are highly educated, make a lot of money with the government contracts. And you'll find that in the dating world that there's a lot of women who, because of their being so financially well off, or not just just doing well for themselves, they don't really care. You won't find a need for men. Not all women. I'm putting this is more of a class of women, because I'm in Richmond, which is different than the Northern Virginia area. I'm talking about as you get into the DMV, DC market up that way, man, oh man, it's real pretentious up there, and everybody's about what do you do. So you're evaluated by how much money you make before you even come to the door. You know what I'm saying? So, and the more money women make, they create atmospheres of they don't need you, or they know everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I even here? You see what I'm saying? And it creates a whole world of singles. That's just how, and it just revolves and revolves in the raw. And to that point, if you like a man and say, I don't want that kind of woman, it's like the way they classify, they say, oh, you're a beta man. No. I'm a full alpha. I just ain't dealing with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some woman out here that's going to be more in a role. And I'm not intimidated by a woman's finances. Just like TJ said, I don't want no broke chick. That's it. Why do I want that? I'm like, I'm securing you just like you're securing me. So I'm not intimidated by the money. But a woman's money will never, ever replace the constructs of the household. You understand? Everybody has an opinion, but there's an order of a home. And I didn't make it. That's between, me and God. So I'm just following in that space. I'm not saying I follow the book to a T, but there is certain things that's put in place for a certain reason. You know what I'm saying? But I find that to be one of the things that happens here. And if you're a man that make under 6 figures and the woman does make over 6 figures, I have seen some of my friends that have been belittled by women, by money. And because that, they go so hard to make money now, that becomes their sole focus to never let a woman put them in that position ever again.
What's that? You want to end cap it, TJ? What you got to say on it? Anything else?
Nah,
Birthday boy.
Yeah, just if you make good money, I'm all for you. I'm gonna support you. So hey, I'm all for that. No issues with women that make money, like 0 issues.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm in it with basically, on the 3 topics, women having rosters. I don't think it's nothing wrong. Like I said, if people are agreeing to the situation and you kind of keep it, you don't switch up and give false hope. So wolf tickets that there's possibly that they can change their station or their position in your, I'm just gonna use roster for a better term, then it's on them to kind of realize, okay, this is what it is. And if you plan, your position. That's it. And if you can't hang with this, you got to bounce. But if you're giving those false hopes, flirting a little bit too much, making them think, you might just get it today, then I think you're doing disservice to the person and disservice to yourself, because it's just going to end up causing you some heartache in the long run. Next, when it comes to getting flued out, I think if you've grown, you should know that if a man is spending that type of money, that's you get access to that much of his resources, that there's a certain expectation. Now, unless you've established up front that not for him not to have those expectations and he still does it, then he know what he's doing. But if he just offers to fly you somewhere, that offer, unfortunately, most times will come with the stipulation that, hey, I'm looking to get more than you might be willing to offer at the time. So just know what you're doing. Don't be surprised. Like, oh my God, you flew me all the way from Virginia to Vegas and you're expecting some pussy. You knew what's up, And finally, as far as the independent women. I think I said my piece on that one, and I think that is going to be the subject of our next show. Is going to be independent versus self-sufficient women. Which one probably is best if you're looking to get in a relationship and sustain a relationship? So, thank you all for helping me figure out what the next show is going to be about. I hope is the same people can come on next week, but I understand people are busy. So I'm going to reach out to you individually and hoping that you guys can jump on same time next week so we can have that discussion on independent versus self-sufficient. Looks like Linda, you want to say something? Okay.
I was yelling at my dog.
Okay. All right. So thanks so much. I just want to give, like I always do, I want to give some individual love to everybody. First of all, I want to give love to Linda for coming in. She didn't have to come in. She came in late. Right. Maria, she came in, is an amazing insight. And she's just, the one thing, like I said, I just want to say everybody on the panel is just so honest and so firm. There's no bullshit. And that's what I try to, I think that's what we're trying to create, is like a no bullshit zone. So thank you for everybody. Diddy, as always, you always come with some great insights. We really appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
It's always a pleasure. To the birthday boy, this cat, I love the fact that you were able to come on the platform. We love you, you know, and you definitely got to come on again when we got some subject, any subject that you got an open seat at the table, any subject you think, hey, you know what, I want to jump all on that. I think you would actually be really good for the next topic, the independent versus self-sufficient. So I'm hoping you're available for that. To my lovely co-host who's rocking the amazing Bantu knots on the top of her head. I mean, there's nothing better than when Shannon gets going, because she just lets it fly and it's all honest and it's all straight up and it's just all good speak. So I just want to thank her. And once again, I want to thank all the people who were watching. Like and subscribe. If you have been watching and you haven't liked, I don't appreciate that. So like, subscribe, share, and hit the notifications. I'm going to be actually doing something a little bit different. I'm going to have some reactions here. I'm going to add another small reaction show to where I'm just going to be reacting to stuff or whatever like that. So stay tuned for that. And you guys, if you have any ideas of topics you want me to react to, I'll do that as well. But otherwise, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you all again. And we are out. Oh, hold up a second. That's the wrong thing. Sorry.